What is up, guys? In today's video I'm going to be going over everything that you should expect to be coming to Fortnite in this week's Pirates of the Caribbean update. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and comment down below what you think of this update. Whether you're a fan of the show or not, I feel like there is a lot of content coming to the game. This update is going to be going out on July 19th, which is this Friday, and this is going to be the mini pass update for season 3. If you guys really haven't been paying that much attention to Fortnite, we've been getting these late season mini pass updates where you buy an additional pass and level it to unlock cosmetics. And that is going to be the mini pass for this season, is going to be Pirates of the Caribbean. So you can purchase this mini pass and level it up, and you'll unlock Jack Sparrow along with other cosmetics and like additional styles for the Jack Sparrow skin. And there will also be some skins or characters from the movies coming to the item shop as well for this collab. And they will be characters or NPCs on the map as well, so we'll get to them in a moment. The most notable thing to me with this update is going to be that there's a decent amount of map changes for it, and there's also NPCs coming. The center lake area of the map currently has a lot of wrecked ships in it, but these will be fixed up, and there will be a few of the like buildings in this area as well. This is very reminiscent of Lazy Lagoon from Chapter 1, where there will be a big pirate ship, you know, with a decent amount of loot, and then maybe some smaller buildings on the coast next to it. And there will also be pirate cannons returning from Chapter 1 Season 8 that you can shoot yourself out of if you guys are familiar with those. So I think for fans of the show, but even just people who enjoy playing Fortnite, you know, having some map changes is always pretty exciting. There is going to be another area that gets changed as well, because there's going to be a pirate cave location on the far right side of the map, and there actually already is a loot cave here that you can go into and loot. It just, most people aren't the biggest fan of it because it takes a while to loot up, but if you're someone who's never landed here, it is pretty interesting and exciting. Right now it's themed around the coral buddies, but there is actually a pirate ship in here already to kind of hint at the fact that this area will be getting renovated for the Pirates of the Caribbean update. So we get the middle lake area changing into a pseudo Lazy Lagoon, and then we get a pirate loot cave on the far right side of the map. Then there will also be a lot of NPCs added for this update. The Barbosa NPC will be in the middle lake area, and he will be selling a buried treasure map, shockwave grenades, and apples. The Jack Sparrow NPC will be outside the loot cave we were just talking about, and he will sell a treasure map, the ghost ship item, and a prop disguise. The Elizabeth NPC will be at Pleasant Piazza, and she will also sell the buried treasure map, Crash Pad Juniors, and Shield Bubble Juniors. And then the Davy Jones NPC will be in the underworld biome, and he'll be selling a treasure map and rift activation. So Jack Sparrow is going to be in the mini pass like I talked about, but Elizabeth, Davy Jones, and Barbosa will all be skins that you'll be able to purchase in the item shop. So again, for fans of the series, I'm sure you're pretty excited to hear about that, and hopefully those are the characters from the movies that you like. Then there will also be several kind of items coming to the game for this update. I've kind of already touched on some of them. The buried treasure map, a lot of the NPCs will be selling it, and this is a map that will lead you to a chest that you can dig up to get some legendary loot. If you guys played during Fortnite OG, these were everywhere, and it's just an additional way to loot. I think there's even like some shadow op briefing things on the map that will kind of lead you to a buried treasure chest that you have to dig up. The treasure map is pretty much like that, but I think the loot will be of higher rarity, and there maybe be even more loot from the buried treasure map chest than the briefing ones. This was never really my favorite item, but during Fortnite OG, these were a pretty big deal, and with how much mobility we have in the game right now, if you end up finding one of these, it might just be like 2 or 3 uses of your nitro gauntlets away, and then you're on it, and you can get potentially really good loot. So I feel like off spawn, if you're not too happy with your loot, this will be something that will probably be worth going for because of how fast we can move around the map right now. In OG, it was nice because the loot was a struggle sometimes, but also sometimes it was a struggle to get to it because of lack of mobility. But Chapter 5 Season 3 probably has more mobility than any Fortnite season ever, so I think the buried treasure map item will get used a lot because of that. The flintknock pistol will also be returning, and this is a pirate pistol. This has been in the game a lot over the years. I believe it was in Fortnite OG, and then I think it also returned at times during Chapter 4. through augments. But this is a pirate pistol that hits really hard. It hits for 90 body damage and 180 headshot damage, if I remember correctly. But its range is somewhat limited, and it does have a weird effect where when you shoot it, it knocks you back. And so that is inconvenient for some people. Some people also use it to avoid fall damage or just to travel. You can negate this knockback effect if you crouch when shooting the weapon. In the past, the knockback effect used to be able to cause you fall damage. Like if you did this and then fell off a house because of it, you could take fall damage. But apparently earlier in the season, Epic changed that, and now you'll no longer take fall damage whenever you shoot the knockback effect of the flintknock pistol. I said before that some people in the past would use it to avoid fall damage, but what they would do is like shoot it at the ground before they hit the ground to kind of reset their height. But apparently now if you shoot this thing, you're just not going to be taking fall damage until you land from the effect. So I don't know if it'll get any use, or like there'll be specific uses for that. But maybe on like Loot Island or something. Again, with how much mobility we have in the game right now, I feel like avoiding fall damage is really not as big of a deal as maybe it would be in the past. Like we have the nitro gauntlets, we have the green water dashes, we have the nitro effect itself, which negates fall damage. But either way, the fact that you no longer have to worry about fall damage with this item will maybe be good. And it's a solid gun just in terms of damage. If you 90 somebody with this and then swap to a gatekeeper shotgun or something, you're probably going to eliminate them very quickly. And then the final item we're going to be talking about is going to be the Ghost Pirate Ship. This is a new item for the collab, and it's one of the most bizarre items I've ever seen in Fortnite, I think. It basically spawns a giant ghost ship that you'll sit on top of and ride around that does 50 damage every time you hit a player. 5,000 structure damage, so you'll be able just to drive through buildings and stuff with this, no problem. In build mode, it'll be probably a menace. And then it'll also do 150 damage to vehicles. Riding around on this ghost ship will last 1 minute, but you can choose to exit it, like kind of like how like the Nimbus Cloud, you could choose to like detach from it or like undeploy, I think it'll be a similar thing like that for this pirate ship, where you can kind of like jump off it if you choose to do so. But if you just want to drive around on it and ram it into people and ram it through structures, you can choose to do that as well. This sounds really annoying and really overpowered. I think in build mode, it definitely will be annoying. But again, like I've touched on several times throughout this video, there is so much mobility in the game right now that if you see somebody driving at you with this and you choose to stand there and get hit by it, that's kind of on you. It seems like it drives much slower than cars, and with things like nitro in the game, the dashes, just your normal sprint and sliding, the nitro gauntlets, like I feel like there's going to be so many ways to avoid this. So I don't think it's going to be as tilting as some past collab mythics that we've got, such as like the Magneto gauntlets recently. I think the Magneto item will be significantly more annoying than this pirate ship. For zero build, at least. For builds, I could see this being a problem, and maybe off spawn as well. If somebody gets this and just decides to like drive through the POI, I could see that being tilting. But like, I don't know. I've seen a lot of people kind of overreacting to this item, and I don't think it will be that busted. But that is going to be it for this update. Overall, I think it's going to be a pretty solid update. My favorite thing when it comes to Fortnite is always map changes. That's the thing I look forward to most. Because a lot of times with like items, they'll just be like either not very good or very gimmicky or very niche. And so I end up not using them much. But with like map changes, like that will change the game, I feel like, and change how it plays out regardless of how you play, especially if you're going to land there. But even if you don't land at any of the new POIs, like you'll probably, at least the one in the middle of the map, you'll probably interact with that sometime throughout the course of the game, So I'm happy to see map changes. We also got the mini pass with Jack Sparrow, several of the characters from the movies coming to the game, and then also a few pirate themed items like the buried treasure map, the flintknock pistol, and then the new ghost pirate ship. Let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments below, what you're excited to see, what you're not excited to see. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.